exclusive Platinum Media sponsor, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. Jazz Girls brought to you by our friends, Bank of St. Lucia. All the bank you need, meeting your needs for a lifetime. That's Bank of St. Lucia. Digicel is on board. Be extraordinary with Digicel. Platinum Travelers Club, ultimate in ground transportation traveling. And the Body Perfect Spa, we thank them as well. Our friends from Capita Financial, today, tomorrow, together with Capita Financial. I got two, lovely ladies here in studio with me this afternoon. Always a pleasure to have Juanita here. She's no stranger to my show, right, Juanita? Good afternoon to you and welcome. Also joining the program here is Lisa Leo Hippolyte. That's a long title.
Yeah, it is.
Can I just call you Lisa?
Yes, certainly.
All right. Hi, Lisa. We welcome you to the program. And
Thank
Lisa
you so
manages one of the groups you will see for free on Jazz on the Square. That's Soul to Soul with my good partner, the band leader Kenson Hippolyte. Good. So we have things to talk about. So I'm going to start with Juanita. And welcome you to Jazz Gurus. Juanita, tell me how is it and how does it feel putting on another Jazz on the Square? I know you have work to do.
Thank you for having me, TC. First of all, I want to say it's a wonderful pleasure being here. And as always, Jazz on the Square is going good. Progress has taken place, and so far we have a wonderful lineup for our patrons.
Good stuff. Well, we're interested in knowing the lineup, and the date, of course, is May 6th to the 8th, right?
Yes, it is.
And we also know because we had Miss Tourisborn here. I call her. That's Dahlia. She is responsible for events at Tourisborn. That's my name for her. Don't take that. So she told us as well, no nighttime events. So it's all only lunchtime. So I want you to tell us, the lineup. For one, we want to know who's coming, who's on the lineup. We already know Soul to Soul, but we see some other names that we're not too familiar with, so you're gonna have to, bring them forward and tell us about them. Tell us, Juanita.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say, as you mentioned, it's lunchtime jazz from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And we have 3 artists on each of the days, featured on each day. On Wednesday the 6th, we start off with Monty Maxwell. Monty Maxwell is from St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And it's followed by Sunday. Sunday is a band coming out of Cayenne. But the main drummer has his forefathers are from St. Lucia, really.
Okay.
And then we have...
So you have a connection. There's some connection with the island.
There is a connection.
Stuff.
And then we have Boo Hengson, who's going to be the last artist on the first day.
All right, great stuff. Well, everybody knows about Boo.
Everybody knows Boo.
I could see his house from here, so we all know Boo.
Very well.
Good stuff.
On Thursday the 7th, we start off with Humphrey Inglis and TMT, which is Tickle Me Too.
All right. Now, those who don't know about Humphrey, you might remember Humphrey from Sugar Cane. He was the band leader of Sugar Cane. He's a bassist. I know that as well. He does some singing as well. So he's been involved.
Yes, he's been
involved in music for a long, long time. But the name kind of threw me off. When I see Tickle Me Too, I say, hey, Tickle Me Too.
Okay, Tickle Me Too is Humphrey ready with another group. There's Leroy, Joseph. There's also Fauna, if I can remember. There is Klein, and there's Marius.
All right.
So it's a group of them. So it's Ready, Humphrey Inglis, and Tickle Me Too.
And they're all veteran musicians because Klein on drums, I know he's been involved in the, he's musicians from quite a long time. A very good drummer as well. So Tickle Me Too. So that's on the Thursday.
That's on Thursday, and we have TFO. TFO is a band out of Barbados, and it's male and female. We have Elan Trotman and Christine Walker. So they're coming out from Barbados.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we have Miguel Sisso. Miguel Sisso is from Venezuela. And at this point, I want to thank the Venezuelan embassy for providing us with this artist, and also the St. Lucia Tourist Board, which I'll go on to say more about a little later. The final day, which is Friday the 8th, we start off with Kenson Hippolyte and the Soul to Soul. And they're from St. Lucia. Everybody knows Kenson Hippolyte. His manager is right here, so she'll be able to say more about it.
A lot more, I'm sure, yeah.
Out of Trinidad, we have Ken Professor Fillmore and friends. And
that's a big name, Ken Professor. He's out of TNT, right?
He's out of TNT.
That's a huge name.
Well, Professor is a name they had given him, he said, as a very young boy when he started off music. Because of the big rim glasses he wore.
Okay.
When in the group, they would say he looks more like a professor than really a pan player. So he has adopted that name, and it has stuck with him since then. That's why we call him Ken Professor Fillmore.
When I said big, I wasn't thinking about the professor before it. I just know the name involved in pan music. Mm-hmm. When you say that name, automatically people know who you're talking about when it comes to pan music. So I think that will be a great addition to Jazz on the Square. Who else is on the Friday?
Friday we end off with Zook and the Gang. Zook and the Gang, they are coming out of Guadeloupe.
Okay.
It's a big group, and I am certain St. Lucians will not be unhappy. It is a really good lineup. I think we have a lot to see in here. So we are encouraging everybody to come out and have fun. It's a free show.
Great stuff. Now, for somebody listening, before we go, and if somebody listening to the program want to know a little more about Jazz on the Square, how would you, in your words, describe the vibe of Jazz on the Square to that person?
Okay. Even before I go a little further, there is one more artist we're going to be featuring. He's coming out from London. He's a 19-year-old chap, and his name is Luke Fincher. So we have that.
Luke Fincher.
Yes.
What does he play?
Well, he does everything. He's a guitarist, a soloist. He's going to be working alongside Kenson Hippolyte.
Great stuff. So a nice little collabo going on. Yeah. It's always good when we get the artists to, to kind of, link up with, the local musicians to build that kind of network. One of the things Labo Promotions and Jazz in the South, they were well known for.
Exactly. And he's quite young, and it's his first time coming out. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're hoping to, get something of a good mix with Kenson supporting him, of course.
Excellent. Now the question
back to your question.
12 to 3. We know it's in the afternoon from lunchtime Jazz, but in your words, how would you explain it to somebody just touched down an island, they want to know about Jazz on the Square? How would you explain that to them?
Okay, the reason for Jazz on the Square, as you know, it's in the city center. It also provides ambience and accessibility. So anybody can take their lunchtime between that time and still enjoy a piece of the jazz. So we are catering to our target audience, which is people within the city center. As you know, other than that, they would have to go a little further out. So really and truly, because we want everybody to enjoy jazz, Jazz on the Square is the ideal thing to put on for our patrons.
We know landmark events, and they don't sleep, especially my good friend Adrian. You don't sleep. Can we expect any difference in terms of the infrastructure of the setup of Jazz on the Square this year? Any changes at all?
Not really, because last year it was very good. It was commendable. We have decided to go with it. We may have one or two of the booths shifting, but as it is, everything stands basically the same.
All right, good stuff. We have more talking. We have some more questions for you, Juanita. We have the lovely Lisa here. Lisa Hippolyte is representing and managing the group Soul to Soul, one of the local groups, homegrown groups, down to perform for you at Jazz on the Square. This is Jazz Grooves. Compliments my friends at Bank of St. Lucia. All the bank you need. Digicel, be extraordinary. Platinum Travelers, as well as Body Perfect and Capita Financial. Today, tomorrow, together. All right, let me bring in the lady. She manages the band Soul to Soul. Leader of the band, Kenson Hippolyte. Good afternoon to you, Lisa. Welcome to Jazz Grooves. What can you tell us about Soul to Soul today?
Well, first of all, I want to say we are so happy to be a part of Jazz on the Square again. This is our second time. And the band Soul to Soul is a very young group led by Kenson Hippolyte. He's a producer, engineer, music, just anything that encompasses music is
he's
Kenson.
involved.
Also the owner of K-Lab Musical Productions. And we are so happy to be a part of Jazz on the Square a second time, and this time we'll be putting on a bigger production because we have on board with us this year Denisha Marshall. She's a phenomenal young lady, singer, young St. Lucian artist, and Shane Ross will also be on our set as well.
Nice.
Plus Mr. Luke Fincher, he's from England. We'll be happy. This is what we want as musicians in St. Lucia, to have that sort of collaboration between the foreign acts and the local acts, and of course now that creative industry is really starting to put our young artists out there in the limelight, we're looking forward to that collaboration. And of course, looking forward to putting a great show down on the final day of Jazz on the Square, a great precursor to what's going to happen at Pigeon Island.
Kenson is a great musician. He's a great pianist, good singer as well, very good singer. Because at the that was the not really the opening, the press launch that was.
Yes.
He played, and you know, he was the one entertaining us there. Very good. Tell us the build up of the band. How it come about? You know, who's in it, and you know, how did it came about?
Well, most musicians come out of our local churches, and again, Soul to Soul is no exception. On guitar, we have Valentine Emmanuel. He's a young guitarist. He just came off of the cruise ship. That's where a lot of our musicians.
That's what it is. That's what the work is. That's what the work is.
Yes. And on bass, we have Chesterfield Louison. He's a young bass player. Again from the church.
The church, I know.
Yes. On drums, we have Lyris Marius, another talented young drummer. And to top it off, Kenson at the top, taking care of the band and making sure that the guys keep in line, Mr. Senior in charge.
How would you describe, the band's style of playing and the music that they intend to bring out? How would you describe that to the people?
Well, Kenson is with his influences, with his church influences in his music, he has really evolved. His style has really evolved over the years. He's somebody who is very I would say sheltered and like to stay in the back of everything.
Yes.
But as a musician, it's expected for it to be the total opposite. So now he's doing something a little different. So it'll be a little jazz fusion. Actually, we'll be introducing a young lady. It's a short set, but it's a lot to take in within that time.
Okay.
Her name is Shan, and Shan will be fusing some soca music into jazz, and that will be very interesting to hear. Kenton has been rearranging some of those tracks, and I'll not tell you who they're from. You're gonna have to come down to the Derrick Walker Square.
That's interesting.
On Friday. Well, the event starts on Wednesday, so hope you guys come out to hear what local acts together with international, regional acts can put to what Landmark Events has been doing so wonderfully over the years.
When the band is not performing like big concerts like Jazz on the Square, what do the guys do on a regular?
Well, they perform at restaurants, hotels, which is what most of the musicians in St. Lucia do during the evening. So you won't find any of the band guys hanging around in town. Right now they're actually at a rehearsal, getting stuff ready.
Okay.
Because they will be busy during the entire, from the Sunday, for the entire week of Jazz. Soul to Soul will be on the move, and of course, getting ready for Jazz on the Square. That's what they're doing. If you were to call the studio right now, maybe nobody would pick up because
rehearsal on.
Yeah, rehearsal
we
is
don't have
on.
time for that.
Yeah.
All right, good. Now, you'll be opening on Friday. You'll be the first act on Friday. Yes. Encourage people to come early because people tend to stroll and take the time and come whatever time they want. Encourage people to come see your group very early, Soul to Soul.
Well, Landmark Events is been known for putting on events.
Time.
And time is time. 12 o'clock. I mean, you miss it, you're out.
As soon as you see the church bell finish at 12
o'clock, that's it. And
music.
We did open last year on one of the days. I can't remember. But everything started on time. But, we as St. Lucians, we like to struggle and think, okay, it's Lucian time. No, it's not going to be Lucian time. Soul to Soul is going to be on at 12 o'clock on Friday, May 8th. We want you to come out and hear what local artists in St. Lucia is going to bring to the table. What local artists what to expect in the next coming years. St. Lucia is about to kick off, and one of those artists are going to make it big, and you want to be there to witness it, and you want to be there to say, hey, I heard this guy first on the square. So we are going to be at the square on May 8th. I want everybody to come out. It's in the city center. There's nothing really happening in town right now to create that kind of hype, and Jazz on the Square does it beautifully and wonderfully.
The kind of excitement that going on in town is not the kind of excitement we want. We want better.
Yes,
that's what you want to see.
We want.
That's what you.
So come and cool off.
Right.
Come and cool off.
Good stuff.
On the square. Yeah.
Tell me about the overall plan for the group. When Jazz is done and all that is done. Can we see any recordings, touring? What is the plan for Soul to Soul?
Well, Kenson owns a recording studio, and the plan is for the guys to get back into the studio and put a few tracks down that we're hoping to do something during the summer, because we realize during the summer there's nothing happening and all the kids are out with all that energy.
Yes.
And we want them to be able to channel it in with the art. So we're looking forward to doing something during the summer. So we will be, obviously the wave is going to get it first.
All right.
So we'll definitely tell you what's happening with the band.
You know where it happens. That's good,
happens
Lisa.
On the wave.
I see a bright future for Soul to Soul. You know what's going on. All right, good. We're going to take some music inside Jazz Grooves here on the wave. My guest here is Juanita. Juanita represents Landmark Events. She is the manager for Landmark Marketing manager. That's what Juanita is. And we're here with Lisa Hippolyte. She is the manager of the group Soul to Soul. Will be performing on Jazz on the Square. Mass Grooves, Jazz Grooves here on the wave. Bank of St. Lucia, all the bank you need. We got to give them some love. Digicel, Be Extraordinary, Platinum Travelers Club, Body Perfect Spa, Capita Financial, today, tomorrow, together. And did I say we live on DBS as well? DBS, we give them some love as well in television land. Jazz Grooves. Let's talk about, the people that really make it happen, because it's a free event. And to put on a free event, you still need money because people got to get paid, right? So tell me about your sponsors and how important they are to Jazz on the Square this year.
Okay, thank you very much, TC. Once again, it is absolutely important, as you just mentioned. It's a free show, hence the reason why we do have to go out very early to source our sponsors. And at this point, I think it's important that I make mention of them. Mm-hmm. I want to first of all thank the St. Lucia Tourist Board, who has been there with us. They come in as presenting sponsors, and also Heineken. One of the things I want to say about Heineken, as it was said at the launch earlier on this week, is that they like the blood in the veins. They have been there from the very beginning, from the inception, and they are still there with us. So this is one organization that we can actually count on every year.
Yep.
So I'd really like to thank Heineken. They come in as presenting sponsors. And of course, yours truly, Landmark Events. We are also presenting sponsors because we're putting in a lot of the infrastructure.
Yes.
And we're doing the sourcing of the talent and everything like that. I also want to say a special thank you to our new sponsors. We've got 3 organizations who have just come on board. We have RBC, who are platinum sponsors. And we have a gold sponsor, KFC.
Mm-hmm. That's our friends as well.
Your friends, KFC. Yeah. And then we have a collateral sponsor, which is the Willis Bottling Company, the bottlers of crystal clear water. So these are 3 new people coming on board, and we are very, very grateful for that. We have our traditional sponsor, again, who have been there from us from the inception, and that is Lime. Lime is still with us, and they come in as silver sponsors.
Okay.
And, of course, we have Chemans, which is St. Lucia Distillers Limited. They're coming in as bronze sponsors. So these are all the people who have put together to make jazz a reality come 6th to the 8th of May. At this point, it would be reminiscent of me if I did not mention DBS for the support and the wave. Also, the Castro City Council.
Look in that camera
yes.
there, so we could get a nice shot of you. Just give them some love there, yeah,
okay.
Nice.
A special thank you to DBS for making this thing come alive and for at least sharing it with the masses. Without you, I don't know. It would not have been so active, let's put it that way. So I'm really grateful. And also to UTC for having us.
All
because
right.
without the wave, you all have been our partners from the inception.
Indeed.
And I look forward to the continuous relationship with you all. You all are the ones reaching the masses, and I really am truly grateful for the support we have received, and I'm sure we'll continue to receive.
All right.
City Council, I need to say thank you. Without them, we would not have the use of the square.
Indeed.
So I need to thank the Castro City Council. So all of you coming together, the players, make Jazz on the Square 2015 a reality, and that we are very thankful for.
Oh, you're getting me so emotional. I almost want to cry. But that's really good, really good. Indeed, because, you have to thank those who make it possible, because without them, you almost just stumbling blocks. Let's talk about the different booths at the on the square. Can one still get a booth, or can we still do that? Is it still too early? Is it too late?
No, it's not too late. It's not too early. Now is the right time because people are coming on, and if there are people out there who would like to have a booth, they would need to contact us at the office. However, we do have some booths over the years, and they come back, every year. So there is going to be food, adequate drink, and everything. So I would like to say to patrons about to carry the food and everything in your paper bags. There's going to be hot meals on sale and cold drinks, very refreshing drinks. So all you have to bring along is yourself.
And your pocket.
And your pocket.
Yes.
Okay?
To enter is free, but to drink and eat, that's not free, all right?
Very inexpensive, very affordable. Let's put it that way.
That's marketing for you right there. Thank you, Juanita. We're excited, we're really excited about the, Jazz on the Square, because, the thing about Jazz on the Square, almost every year I hear a little soup stew, boy, we might not have Jazz on the Square, boy. And then, you guys are able to, to put it on, because I know it's tough. So and it's an important thing, because people need some kind of movement in the city center around lunchtime. Interesting lineup. Again, it's from May 6th to the 8th, and it's 12 o'clock sharp to 3. All right, 12
and
to 3.
Landmark sticks to time. Punctuality means so much to us. Okay, I know you have to get back to work. People take a little lunch hour, might stay a little longer, so we want to be able to meet everybody's needs. So we are asking people to come on time. 12 o'clock, if you want to get the benefit of everything, you need to be there from 12 to 3. Thank you.
How we get in contact with Landmark events? Somebody listening, they want to get a booth there, they want to be part of the Jazz on the Square. How do they get in contact with you?
How wonderful of you. I thought it might have been too much marketing, but they can call us.
You're the right place. We love you.
They can call us on 45284416, 45284417, or you can also call me on 713-8001.
Good stuff. Okay, let me move over to Lisa before I let you ladies go, because I know you have things to do. Lisa, anything you want to add? You want to tell us about the group before you run out of there? Soul to Soul, what we can expect, should we be excited about Soul to Soul? Tell us something, Lisa.
Excited is not the word. I think St. Lucians need to come out and embrace your own people are going to be on the square during the 6th to the 8th of May. You need to come out and support and of course get a chance to see some of the international and regional acts, get a chance to socialize with your friends, eat some food, get to know who Soul to Soul is, see Shane Ross is going to be on board.
Yes.
Denisha Marshall, we're introducing
singers.
to you Shan James, and she will be doing some of the fused music, soca music to jazz. So you want to hear that,
Okay.
and you want to be there at 12 o'clock. Please ask your bosses to be a little lenient on you during the jazz, because you want to catch everything. You want to be on the
Yes.
square, you want to be Pigeon Island, you want to be
Yes.
all over the place.
Yes.
So please, St. Lucia, get it. That's the next time you're gonna see anything that big happening in the square. If it's not, it can't be anything but jazz on the square. So come out.
All right, well
and-
said. Marketing loving that.
with
Marketing
landmark
loving
events.
that. Oh,
with
yeah.
landmark events, and we've worked with them before. We know
Yes.
what they expect, and they give us an opportunity to step up because they're always on it. So
Good stuff.
the music is going to be on it. The act's going to be on it. Soul to Soul is going to be on it. So you need to be on it. So see you again at the square for another chance to witness jazz on the square.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Lisa. Thank you
there
so
you go.
much.
There you go, Lisa.
I
Marketing.
didn't want to sound so boastful, but thank you for doing the job for me.
Marketing loving you, Lisa. Juanita Danielle, thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you.
by. Lisa Hippolyte, thank you so much. We wish you guys all the best. We'll talk again. I know we want to see you here again because, as we get closer and closer to May 6th, we like, to keep talking about it to make sure people know. And I'm sure there'll be some enhancements as we,
Sure.
as we progress. Thank you girls for dropping by here on Jazz Grooves on the Wave. There we go. Jazz Grooves on the Wave, exclusive Platinum Media sponsor, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. Now, this is the opportunity to win a ticket to go to the official opening of the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. It's set for April 30th at the Minder Phillip Park. 452-3192 is the number. Somebody call me now. Somebody call me now. I know you want it. There we go. There we go. All right. Good afternoon. Who's on? I got you. Hi.
Yes, you have me.
Hello there. Who's on?
Diana.
Guyana?
Diana.
Diana, I was about to tell you, I was about to ask you if you're calling me from Guyana. Diana,
Yes.
what are you going to do for this ticket?
I don't know.
You don't know. How about if I just ask you a question, huh?
Yeah, an easy one.
An easy one. All right. Here's an easy question for you, Diana. In May 2014, Chronix won 3 awards at the Linkage Awards in New York. If you could tell me the 3 awards, I'm going to give you the ticket so you could go see Chronix April 30th. Diana.
That's a very difficult question.
Diana. That's
okay,
difficult.
Okay, I get it.
You get what? You Google that. You must have Digicel 4G. That's what you have. All right, Diana. Well, who just brought it to you, Diana? Your secretary or something?
I got it myself.
You got it yourself. All right.
I have a satellite just like Mike.
All right, that's Digicel 4G, fastest 4G. So, Diana, the question again, in May 2014, Chronix won 3 awards at the Linkage Awards in New York. Tell me the 3 awards.
Culture Artist of the Year.
Good.
Best New Artist.
Good.
And Entertainer of the Year.
My goodness. Diana, you're easy. Now my next question, so you could really get so you could really get the ticket. What did you use to Google that, Diana? Tell me.
My computer.
Boy, you're not easy. The power of technology. Good one, Diana. Diana, hold the line for me. I'll take some more info from you.
Okay.
I'll tell you how you could get your ticket for the official opening of the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, April 30th.
Okay.
Who are you looking forward to seeing on that lineup? Chronix. That's the only one? And Destra. Who else?
These 2 alone.
These 2 alone. All right, Diana. Have a super fine day. Hold for me. Congratulations to Diana. I'm just calling at work, Brown. Hurry up, Brown. I'm at work. I duck in. Congratulations, Diana won herself a ticket to go to the official opening set for April 30th at the Mindu Phillip Park. Of course, on Jazz Grooves, that's how we're going to do it. We have information of the artists. We play you the music. We have exclusive interviews. And not forgetting the ticket giveaways. Jazz Grooves compliments Bank of St. Lucia. All the bank you need, meeting your needs for a lifetime. That's Bank of St. Lucia. Digicel, be extraordinary. That's 4G Digicel. Platinum Travelers Club, we give them some love. Ultimate in ground transportation. That's Platinum Travelers Club. Body Perfect Spa, gotta send some love to them. Capita Financial, today, tomorrow, together with Capita Financial. That's our program here. That's Jazz Grooves on the wave. Let's leave you with something. Let's do a little Crossfire. They're set for Friday 8. Crossfire will be performing live at Pigeon Island. You gonna be there? Oh yeah. Take this.